This item is something that you may have seen all over the internet. I've been seeing it everywhere. There are so many YouTube videos on it. So I actually was thinking that it was very gimmicky, and I was thinking that, I was just very skeptical of it. But my daughter sort of shed some light on it for me, and she really did get me intrigued. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she had this on her wish list. I thought, what the heck is that? Let me learn more about it. And sure enough, as I dove in and started to learn about this tool, I became even more intrigued, and I started ordering them. And that's really what I do is when I like something, I'll order multiples because I want to find out which is the best of the best so that I can recommend that to all of you. And so I'll even, when possible, go into retail stores and see them on the shelves because I want to know, what is that whole experience like? And with this one in particular, I'm so glad I did that. And I'm going to explain why in just a minute. But if any of you have ever heard of, and I actually want to pose that question in the chat, I would love to know if any of you are familiar with the Gua Sha Tool. It's something that has been around for hundreds of years, dating back to the Ming Dynasty. And it was traditionally used more for medicinal purposes. It's now become all the rage in the beauty industry. It is got to be the hottest beauty tool going right now for sure. And so because I had never heard of it, I'm just so curious if anybody else has. So please chime in if you have and what your experience has been. But as I said, I tested out a whole bunch of them. This was the one that I landed on that you're seeing in the carousel. It's by a company called Sashu. I love the packaging when I think of gifting this holiday season because, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it looks very high end. So to me, it's very sort of a luxe beauty gift to give. As you can see, it opens like this, and it's got that magnetic closure that you probably heard that snap shut. So it's, that real sort of elevated experience when you open it, and a beautiful presentation. I love the colors. And then when you get inside, it's a great little gift set. And you'll notice here is the tool. It comes with both a tool and a little travel pouch, which I love because I keep mine in my purse now. Here's the cute little travel pouch. So again, from a gifting perspective, I love this. So this is the Gua Sha Tool. And I would encourage you to get one for yourself if you don't already have one and try it. And if you don't love it, send it back. But I am so hooked on this thing. Here I was thinking this was going to be the biggest gimmick of all time, and I am hooked. In fact, they say that you should use it a maximum of 3 times per week. And I am so tempted to use this every day, maybe a couple times a day. So what it is it's really a facial massage tool, but it's a facial massage tool with beauty benefits. It is focused on draining the lymphatic toxins. And I didn't understand that till I started doing it. And the way it works is you're going to put with it what's called a slip agent, but really it's just sort of a facial oil. Any kind of facial oil will do. And if you're just wanting to try it out and not spend a lot of money on a facial oil, I can recommend Elf. You might know of that brand. It's a drugstore kind of brand. You can get it at CVS or Rite Aid or anything. They have a facial oil that is very inexpensive. I want to say it's $4 or $5. And I actually really love it. And so it is my facial oil of choice. And it got really good reviews. And so I thought, I'm going to try it for $4 or $5. So that's the one I use. And so you just put a little bit on that. And the reason for that is that you don't want this to tug or pull your skin when you use it, because obviously that's going to reduce the elastin in your skin. And over time, that's going to cause wrinkling and sagging and all of that good stuff that we love so much. So it drains the lymphatic, that gets the toxins out. It depuffs. That's the biggest thing that I notice. And it relieves facial tension. And what that does is it really does give you a more youthful appearance. And that's something I had never thought of before. But I really do tend to carry some tension in my face. And when your facial muscles are tight like that, it just ages you. And so this, for me, is really about sort of relaxing the face and giving the face more of that youthful appearance by doing that. And then also depuffing. And also for me, it's just a pampering thing to do because it feels insanely good. And I start, as you'll see, there's contours, very specific contours to this. Most Gua Sha tools that you'll see are made out of either jade or rose quartz. Those are the traditional Gua Sha tools. And when I told my daughter that I got the one made out of stainless steel, she was not happy with me. She said, Mom, they're gonna destroy you on the internet because it's not the traditional Chinese way of doing this. But I'm going to tell you in a few minutes exactly why I chose this and why I stand by this as stainless steel as opposed to the jade or the rose quartz. Okay, so the contours are very specific, and you'll see when you start using it, they hug every contour of your face perfectly. So I start with the back of my neck. I sort of do my whole neck area first, then I do one side, then I do the other side. And this right here, I put right on the back of my neck, and I just glide it up to the base of my skull. And oh my gosh, does it feel good. It is just the best massage. I do it on my kids. They love it. And then from there, this part, and you'll just know instinctively what to use where. But then I go from the base of my neck and you pull upwards. And again, you're using that sort of facial oil slip agent. And you'll hear crunching as you go, because there is fluid, there is toxins in there that it's releasing. And it feels amazing. I can't even tell you. And the stainless steel, because it's a little heavy in your hand, it gives you a lot of control. And you don't want to pull too hard because, again, you don't want to, stretch your skin while you're doing it. But firm is perfect. And I'm seeing a question. I don't have to put that one in the freezer, right? Hi, Lindsay. No, you don't have to put it in the freezer. One of the reasons I selected one of the reasons I love the stainless steel is that it has built-in self-cooling properties. So it's already cool to the touch when you use it. And to me, that coolness just elevates the experience and just feels that much better. However, I do like to I like to have it even cooler sometimes, and I'm going to show you how I do that in a little bit. But so you can absolutely put it in the freezer or the refrigerator or any place just to cool it down if you want to, and it's just going to feel that much better, in my opinion. So then after doing the neck, I like to run this along the jawline, and a lot of people report that the biggest difference that they notice is in the contour of their jawline from doing this, because it relaxes it so much, because it depuffs, that they notice a difference there. And then, along the cheekbones, you're going to go along the eyes. You're going to even this goes on my nose like this and up toward the forehead. And again, it just feels so good. So to me, it is just that tool that not only gives you beauty benefits, but it gives you that sense of pampering. And I think that can make the best gift. If you're giving that kind of experience to someone on an everyday basis, they're going to think of you every single time they use it and be so thankful. And for many, it's sort of an outside of the box gift. I had a holiday dinner a couple nights ago with two of my best girlfriends, and I like to think of them as very in the know when it comes to beauty. And neither one of them had ever heard of it, had ever seen it. And we were sitting at a very nice restaurant at the dinner table, and all three of us are doing this and just loving it. And so it was such a hit of a gift. I bought these for my nieces. I bought it for my daughter. They're not watching. Anyway, this is something that from teenagers all the way up, I don't think you can miss with this. Now, going back to why I chose the stainless. First of all, when it comes to gifting, I think it looks really luxe. It feels really luxe. But I like those self-cooling properties that I talked about. I also like that it's non-porous. So when I think of the jade or the rose quartz, it is porous. And so I can imagine that bacteria can get trapped in those pores, and then we're putting that on our face. So over time, I could see an issue with that. The other thing is, I mentioned that I went into retail stores to look at these. And I went to 3 different retail stores where I saw them. And in all 3 stores, some of them, at least one, was broken. And when you see how thin it is, and you imagine this being jade or rose quartz, you can imagine how easy it would be to break. So when I think of stainless steel, this is lifetime. And so there's never going to be that concern. So for me, it's cleaner, it's cooler to the touch, and oh gosh, what was the third thing? And it's not going to break. So that's my take. That is the Gua Sha Tool by sachou. And again, it does come with this little travel pouch. So, again, if anybody has used this before or used one like this, I would love to know what your experience has been, because I am booked.